Yeah, I'll put myself on. Well, I don't know. I don't know where anybody is. Why can't I hear myself so late? Well, I don't know. I don't know where anybody is. Why can't I hear myself so late? Well, I don't know. I don't know where anybody is. How do I mute myself? Late. I don't know. That's a garbage time. How do I mute myself? Late. I just don't want to hear myself. This is fucking annoying. Hopefully that fixed it, and I don't hear myself echo. I just don't want to hear myself. Damn. This is fucking annoying. Alright, maybe I can do output to my own. Hopefully that fixed it. Here, let me just do my output to my own computer. Shut off my sound. Alright, so I don't hear anything. Yeah, maybe this will help. Let me know if that helped, guys. Let's get back to DraftKings. So like I said, I think that this is a week where there's so many good plays at, you can play all the studs. They have good matchups, but I think it's just a bad decision not to play some of these value guys. So I'm really trying to figure out if I should be mix and matching how many, right? Should I do two studs and one value? Two values and one stud. Basically, I just want to go through a full lineup construction because there's so much things that opened up late this week. We have, I think that it's funny that I said Josh Allen early this week at 5,500. I thought that was stupid. And then apparently it's like Josh Allen and Chalk Week where everyone is going to be on Josh Allen. I think that the way that DraftKings does quarterbacks, there's not going to be huge ownership in any one place since they're all bunched together. I like Josh Allen at 55, but late in the week, I've really liked Baker Mayfield at 5,800. It really depends on what I like at receiver because I keep coming up and down, right? There's like good value at 49 with Humphreys and Godwin, but right below that with like Sutton at 45. We have Curtis Samuel at 4K. We have Deshaun Hamilton opened up with the news from Emmanuel Sanders. So, nice. Thanks, Kyle. Yeah, Echo again. Did I shut it off? We're good. Any way to go over an early only lineup? Yeah, I'll do that. Let's do Let's do an early only lineup. So that being said, it's New York, Buffalo, Giants, Washington, Tampa, New Orleans. Let's just see who I can't add to my early lineup. So no Denver, San Francisco players, no Charger, Bengals, no Dallas, Detroit. Okay, I'll just go off of that and I'll do an early only lineup real quick for you guys. So out of those quarterbacks, that's early only. I think we have Cleveland. Is Cleveland an early game? And Buffalo. So I want to kind of pick between Baker and Josh Allen. Let me know which one you guys prefer, especially if you're the one playing the early only. Let me just put Baker in there. If you want to switch that to Josh Allen, that's fine. Let's do your early lineup. What else do we like early only? McCaffrey's early, so let's just throw McCaffrey in there for an early only lineup. New Orleans, Tampa Bay, we're probably going to attack this game early. The Redskins game in there, that's my defense that I like this week. Obviously going up against Eli Manning. Tight end, do I have Kelsey okay, so I have Kelsey and Ebron, which are basically the only two places I'm going. Let me start with Ebron, and if we can get up to Kelsey, we will. Because I do like both this week. Ebron has a ton of targets, but he can't really match the floor and upside of Travis Kelsey. Let's go with, is the Oakland game late? Yeah, so we're going to stay away from Jalen Samuels, and we're going to miss out on Jeff Wilson. So if we're going to go with any of the value, and we're going to miss out with Justin Jackson, so we miss out on the 3 value running backs in the early only slate. Okay, so that does change things. So let's look at some of the, do we have Denver in this slate? No, so we can't get Deshaun Hamilton or Sutton. So we can go either Godwin or Humphreys. Let me know who you guys like between Godwin and Humphreys. I think it's so close. I think I normally lean in cash towards targets, which I think is Humphreys, but I think Godwin just got super good upside, and I think he's got a decent floor. So I'm going to start with Godwin there. Let's see what we have with value opening up for a running back, right? I know that we're waiting to see if Isaiah Crowell plays, because that could open up Elijah McGuire. Okay, so Crowell's playing, so we probably don't want a running back in this game. Saquon AP, what's Peterson's price? That's not bad. He's going to get a good amount of carries, and the Giants have been killed by running backs since they lost Snacks Harrison. Kamara is a good value at 8,100. What's Mark Ingram at this week? 57. Okay, not bad. Sonny Michel, James White, a little too expensive for what I want from them. Kenyon Drake, I don't love it in this one. 4,500. I'm just going right down the line, guys, trying to see who we can fit. Spencer at 52. Lamar Miller, that's not a bad matchup, but they priced him up a bit. Early only line is pretty tough, guys. Why did you want to play this? No, I'm just messing with you. Is the Dallas game late? Can we just fit in Zeke? No, of course not. Let me come from McCaffrey and go to Kamara because I need to save a little bit of money because there's no really great values at running back for this slate. So I kind of want to pay up at that position. There's no other running back I really want to attack in these 1 o'clock games. Chubb I like, and I like Aaron Jones. Whoever's cheaper is in the lineup. 6,700. Aaron Jones 72. So let's throw in Chubb for the early only lineup. Now we're at 5,500. Curtis Samuel is early only. 6,250. I'm going to avoid this game for receivers unless I can get up to Devontae Adams, which I'm almost positive I can't. Carolina, Cleveland. I'm going to avoid that besides Samuel. T.Y. is a good play. And I like Hopkins' price, but I don't know if I get up to Hopkins at 78. I'm not really looking to Demarius here. Tyreek, obviously you want to play him. I don't want to play any Baltimore receivers. Josh Gordon, what's his price this week? Because I know that they have Xavier Howard out. So $6K. And what does my flex look like at 65? David Johnson. He's a late game, isn't he? Of course he's a late game. Yeah, but I don't get to play David Johnson, unfortunately. I can play T.Y. Hilton. Like, you can have this lineup. I don't know if I love this lineup because I don't really think I want Josh Gordon. I think that's kind of where the lineup got a little bit weird. Oh, you know what I like? Zay Jones will save us a lot of money at 4,200. 8,300 at flex. Doesn't get us to where we want to be. We can get Tyreek Hill. I don't think that's like what we want to do. We get up to Hopkins, which is nice. We can get to Keenan. He's not playing on the slate. We can get to Aaron Jones. And we have 1,000 to go from Eric Ebron to Kelsey. And that is probably the lineup I like right there. So Baker, Kamara, Chubb, Godwin, Samuel, Zay Jones, Travis Kelce, Aaron Jones, and the Redskins. It's kind of what I like early only. What do you guys think? Odell is out, my guy. Let me know what you guys think about Sterling Shepard. Like, how's he come into this, right? What's he at today? Like 4,200, I think? 44. And we've never really seen him without Odell this year. So, he's coming off a 6-target game. He's obviously going to get more targets. I don't like this offense besides Saquon. I don't really like this game, right? It's two somewhat decent defenses and two really bad quarterbacks with limited weapons on the outside and not that great of run blocking. Washington was a great run blocking team early in the season. Now they lost some of their best offensive linemen. Obviously, I love Saquon, but I think he's going to hit his 20 to 25 point benchmark. I just think that if you can get up to McCaffrey for only 400 more, I think it's a good week to do that. He's just such a beast. He's only had one game under 20 points, so I don't really like that in this early only slate. I don't have either CMC or Saquon, but having Kamara, Aaron Jones, and Chubb, and getting Kelsey for early only, I do like that a lot. If I went from Mayfield to Josh Allen, let me see if it makes a big difference. Like I can do anything different. I still don't think I can get from Kamara to where I want to be because that only gets me to 8,500. I don't even get up to Zeke there. I'm coming from Godwin down a little bit, right? And if I want to really force one of them in, like say force time him, let's see a cheap receiver at 4,100. Who's in this game at that? Kenny Stills and Demarius. Demarius? Yep, is in the early window. I kind of like Kenny Stills against against New England at 4,500. So what if we did that instead? Do we like that better because we have way better running backs with McCaffrey, Chubb, and Aaron Jones instead of? So basically, it's just we switch out quarterback from Baker to Josh Allen. We went from CMC. We got up to CMC from Kamara, and we had to replace Godwin with Stills. Do you guys like that more or less? And Robert, let me know if you want to do an afternoon only as well, because we can do that. But I think I want to go, but until you get back to me, I kind of want to go through a full slate lineup right now. Just because I kind of trying to figure out what I want to do as well. I have all my lineups ready. My matchup set, but I'm still tinkering with lineups, which I hate to do this late in the week. But this is where I'm really debating because I was so much higher on both Jeff Wilson Jr. and Justin Jackson all week than Jalen Samuels. But then I really thought about it. He's got the matchup, and I know that they say right here that he's going to split carries with Stephen Ridley. But just the way that the Steelers have always been, they like to be a one-back team. Jalen Samuels is a better pass catcher. I think he can have 6-7 catches. So I really want to go here, and I want to try a lineup that has one value and two studs and two values and one stud. So let me try one. We'll start with two values, right? Say we want Samuels and Wilson because we know that they're going to smash value at 37 and 38. Wilson's going to have a great workload. Samuels, I think, is just in a good matchup and a good player and a good offense. Defense, I'm sticking with the Redskins, guys. That's my defense this week at 2,300. Tight end, I'm trying to get up to Kelsey when I can. I don't normally like it, but when I have value. I want to go Keenan Allen. He's one of my favorite players on this slate. I want to go Godwin, but let me just see what I can do if I do Godwin and Deshaun Hamilton at receivers, right? I don't want him to go to flex. 9,100. So we have way too much, so we'll see. Play any quarterback, right, when we do that. Our last running back's going to be CMC. We can get anyone. We can get Big Ben, and we can either – I don't really like any 5,100, but there's probably a 7K receiver that I like. Wow, there's not. But if I made that like Sutton, I get up somewhere else. So I have the quarterback that I want. I think QB1 on the slate, tight end 1, RB1, and I think Keenan Allen's my favorite receiver on the slate. Favorite defense. So obviously, I'm not going to go both these, right? So it's like I don't really like any 5,500 receivers. Alshon's fine, but he's not. I don't like that value there. Let me mix and match real quick. Is there anything else I can do? Like, should I go up here? I shouldn't if I like Keenan Allen as my favorite play on the slate. You know, I can go down at quarterback all the way down to Josh Allen. And then I can go. Let me just see something real quick, guys. 8,300 doesn't get me all the way up to anything. So what if I do just Godwin? Do I get up to TY? I want to get up to TY. And we do. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Because we have the big play with TY. Great upside with Godwin, too. Kelsey, McCaffrey. Josh Allen has high upside. I kind of like this for a 2-value running back slate. Yeah, I got you, Robert. We'll do afternoon only real quick right after this. Let me just make the lineup real quick so right here, this is with two value running backs. Let me just go one of them. And I think I prefer Jeff Wilson Jr. So let me go here. I'm going to start the build. Let me just clear the whole thing. I'll start the build with Jeff Wilson Jr. and McCaffrey. I'm probably going to come down to Saquon. Let me put Ebron in as a placeholder. I'm going to keep the Redskins. I'm going to keep. I guess I'm leaning Godwin over Humphreys. I wasn't all week, but that's just what, for some reason, I'm going with at the moment. So I'm just going to trust myself. So we're going stud at running back, right? So should we go McCaffrey and Saquon? Obviously, we'll have to go down to Josh Allen here. We'll probably want Deshaun Hamilton at receiver. And 66 gets me up to Amari Cooper, who I love against the Eagles. But is there anything better? Like, say I went Sutton, like 2 average. Like, can I get Sutton and Humphreys? Which I can do that. So this is it, guys. Let me know if you like the combination of Sutton, Humphreys, and what else did I change? I changed Sutton and Humphreys from from Hamilton and Amari Cooper. So let me think. Obviously, I think Cortland Sutton's probably like on a floor, not that much different than Deshaun Hamilton, but I think on a ceiling, like a lot more. Humphreys from Cooper, I think has an even higher floor. So I kind of like the other one. I kind of like this better. I like Deshaun Hamilton and Amari Cooper. And I cannot believe that I have Josh Allen in every single one of my lineups right now. It's a weird week. Let me just go over some of the quarterbacks that I like. I like Big Ben. I like Aaron Rodgers. I like Baker Mayfield. And I like Josh Allen. Those are the 4 places I'm going. There's obviously a lot of good quarterbacks on the slate. Those are just the 4 that I'm focused on. Let me get into an afternoon only for Robert, because I think there's some cool games on this slate too. We got Denver. So we got a 5-game afternoon slate. Any quarterbacks that I just mentioned in the afternoon slate? Yeah, let's go after Big Ben, Jalen Samuels. This one I'll probably go more value at running back because that's where they all are. Let me pick 2. I'm going to stick with Jalen Samuels. Oh, I just put him in. I'm going to stick with Jeff Wilson Jr. Oh, I can't go with the defense that I've been playing all week. There was another 2,300 that I liked, though. Are they on this slate? Cardinals. Yep, okay. I like them at home just because the Lions haven't been that great defending blocking for Matthew Stafford. Tight end. I can't go Ebron or Kelsey. So is anybody like really cheap that I like? Not really in this slate. This slate is Kittle. Do I pay up for Kittle? Or do I go all the way down to Lacoste? Let me see if we got some fall back with Lacoste. If we have way too much money, which it looks like we will, we'll pay up. I want to get Zeke in this lineup. I want to get Antonio into this lineup. And Who's some good values? Sutton? Do we want Sutton in this lineup? And then we can get, of course he's not on the slate. Who else is a stud receiver? We can get Juju. I'm not going Big Ben, Jalen Samuels, Antonio, and Juju. I just hate that. Yeah, let's not go Lacoste. Let's go Kittle. Let's take Kittle at tight end. And then we got 5,800 for a wide receiver. Landry not on this slate. Godwin not on this slate. Traquan I like not on this slate. Sterling Shepard not on this slate. Monte Pettis on this slate. But what do I want to come up from then? Cortland Sutton, does 5,900 give me anything good on this slate? No. Let me go from, okay, let me do this. Let me do Deshaun Hamilton here again, right? And then 7,300, do we get anything decent on this slate? Yeah, we get Amari Cooper. And we'll see. This is weird. I don't like usually saving money, but this is probably the ideal lineup that I can make from this slate. I think that is there a better 3K defense instead of 2,300 defense? Steelers against Oakland, I don't hate that. But here, we can just do that if we want, so we don't want to if we don't want to leave money on the side. What do you think about that with going main? Because we're going to pick on the Raiders, so obviously this line is going to focus on Big Ben, who I think is QB1 this week, Antonio Brown, who I think him and Keenan Allen are just going to be absolute studs this week, Jalen Samuels, but then we got good value, we got the highest volume, most touches in the league, the best tight end on the slate, Amari Cooper playing against a decimated Philadelphia secondary, and the best value. So I don't mind this slate. I mean, this lineup. Yeah, we go really value in 3 places, which I don't know if it's one too many, but I just think that the way that we constructed this roster was the best way we could do it. Could you do a full game slate through Monday after 2? Yeah, let's do that. Sorry. Can we even start one now? Because I know that it usually takes Thursday through Monday. So let me see if I can do from Sunday. So Sunday through Monday. Yeah, I can. Okay, so that just adds 2 games. What's the night game tonight? It doesn't matter. I don't care. Let's do a $5 game. Someone's going to play me for $5, and, we're going to make a lineup and play against them. So what do we got added on this slate that we didn't just have? Minnesota, Seattle. Oh, we got the Rams. So we're talking Todd Gurley now. Tough matchup for Gurley. And he's only 8,800. Ew. Do we have to play him? I mean, 8,800? Okay. And with him, I'll go Jalen Samuels. I will go... Guys, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to go whoever's cheaper between David Johnson and Philip Lindsay. Because I don't think we've shown a lot of these mid-range guys. I love both David Johnson and Philip Lindsay. He's been doing a lot worse the last couple weeks after, coming back to life in the middle of the season. But against the Lions, I know that they added Snacks Harrison, but they're still pretty susceptible to the run. But he's at 6,500. I think Philip Lindsay's a little bit cheaper at 6,300. So we kind of got a little bit of everything with this lineup, right? We got the top tier, middle tier, and bottom tier. But I think they're all going to exceed value. Even on this slate, I'm sticking with the Redskins at defense. With these 2, I probably won't be able to get up to Kelsey, but I prefer to stay at least up to Ebron. Quarterbacks, I haven't even seen the price of, Jared Goff on this slate. 5,800 is a tough matchup. But I think he smashes value at 5,800, to be honest. I think he absolutely smashes that value. So let's see if I want to go pretty much the normal in this middle tier. Let me go with Sutton instead of Humphreys, and then 8K. We get Tyreek Hill, where I'd much rather be at 8,400, 8,600, or 9K. So 8,900 does not get me to Antonio. I'm just thinking I can go from Godwin to Samuel, but it doesn't get me far enough. But I can go like this. If I go from Sutton to Samuel, and then I can put up Devontae Adams. And then we can have something cool with Goff, Gurley, Samuels, Godwin, Samuel, Devontae Adams, Eric Ebron, Philip Lindsay, and Redskins. The only other thing that I can think of that would be kind of cool is if we did, say we downloaded Deshaun Hamilton. Say we brought Philip Lindsay all the way up to CMC. Wow, we still get Keenan Allen this line. This line is gross. So we can get Gurley, Christian McCaffrey, Jalen Samuels, Keenan Allen, Eric Ebron, Jared Goff. This is probably one of my favorite lineups I've made on both slates. This line was crazy. I understand that this matchup against Chicago is really tough, but having Gurley and McCaffrey with Ebron and Keenan Allen, this value is really good, guys. I think that's actually a cool thing. I'm glad that you brought that up, doing a full slate like that, because that's super interesting. And it's 11:30 already, so it's kind of, I don't know. I can still make a decision to add that, but I thought that's a cool idea. What else do you guys want to see? Is there anything specific? Should I just keep talking about the main lineup? I think this was actually pretty cool, being able to see what was on this slate. Let me, while I got you, let me just see. You guys want to take a sneak peek on the showdown slates? Do you guys not even care about showdown slates? Obviously, it's Sunday. We have an hour and a half until kickoff. We want to get all of our final decisions up. What am I playing this week? Let me tell you guys that. Upcoming right now, I think I only have 400 today. Does it tell me? 18 contests, but 19 entries. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think I've only bought in for 400 this week. I'm not doing too much. I'm not doing too many tournaments. I'm doing I think this $40, right? And then, what is this? I think these are just cheap. Yeah, 12 and 20. So I'm doing a little bit of tournaments. I'm doing $100 double up, one quadruple up, one 3-player. This is wrong. I definitely messed this up because I know that this says that it's going to be $50 and top two get 90. I meant to do a quadruple up where first place takes it all. But this is normally how I break down my bankroll. Normally, I usually do 8 to 20 head-to-heads at $20 each. I usually do $100 to $200 in double ups, $100 to $200 in triple ups and quadruple ups, and then I play $50 to $100 in tournaments. I'm a very big cash player, guys. I don't play a lot of tournaments because I just don't see the value in it. We're doing much better in cash. That's what I'm going to do. But I do like the variations in tournaments. You guys want to go over a tournament-only lineup? Because I think a tournament-only lineup would be pretty cool because there's so many good values. We can go really different than a lot of people. And give me just throw out some of these names that are kind of cheap, right, on a tournament slate where, not a lot of people are going. I think David Johnson, something like that. Not a lot of people are talking about David Johnson. There's a lot of cool plays in the middle, Nick Chubb at 6,500. Not a lot of people talking about Chubb. Oh, 6,700, I'm sorry. No one's talking about the Patriots, Tom Brady, either Gronk or Josh Gordon stack. I don't really like Matt Ryan. I think we can do a cool Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams stack. Baker Mayfield, Jarvis. Let me know, how do you guys want to start this? Do you want to start this with one of the really expensive quarterbacks, either Big Ben, Mahomes, or Rivers? One of the middle quarterbacks, either Rodgers or Mayfield, or kind of go down to Josh Allen, even maybe Wentz? What do you guys think? Who should we start at quarterback? Yeah, we do real well in cash. In head-to-heads, we're literally at 85% this year. I just think it's so much more predictable. I like head-to-heads. I think that if you want to have no variance, I think 50-50s are the best way to start in DraftKings because, you got to just have – if you have an above-average lineup, you're going to win that week no matter what. And head-to-head, you could have – I put up 188, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago whenever I had CMC and Todd Gurley. And I lost a quadruple up because somebody put up 215. So it's in head-to-heads, you can go up against somebody that has a monster lineup, so you can lose. But I like head-to-heads because it's kind of kind of a bonus variance where it's like, sometimes I only put up 135 points. I'm not going to win in a 50-50, but maybe my opponent played, a little bit worse. I like head-to-head. It's just kind of a cool game. If I was just only doing it for the money, I think that 50-50s make more sense for the way I like to play, but I love head-to-heads. That's kind of what I focus on. But let's get into a tournament lineup, guys. So let's do what do we want to do? No one's talking about Lamar Jackson, and I don't know why, at 5,700 against KC. I really think he can hit that 100-yard bonus. Let's see what we do with Lamar Jackson, right? And what's that John Brown at? Is he punt level yet? No. It's still only 4,200, but look at his stats, how bad he's been with Lamar Jackson. Brutal. What about Mark Andrews, his tight end? I know that I saw a big play to him. I don't know if he actually targets him. I doubt it, but 3 for 47, nothing there. Tournaments, I don't want to be fading Travis Kelce. I understand, guys, that these lineups are super similar. So let me just get off of Kelce, Ertz, and Ebron. We're gonna go a very cheap tight end because it's what I used to like to do. I normally like to do it. Do we like Herndon against Buffalo? He's getting some decent volume, about 6 targets a week over the last 3. Only 3K. Buffalo's kind of average against the tight end. I know it says third, but, the way that they play, the opponents that they've played, it hasn't been really a focus. So look how gross this lineup's starting, right, with Lamar Jackson and Herndon. I understand, guys, it's a tournament, but we're playing the exact same defense as what I like this week. Now let's get creative with some GPP plays. So for these, you want to be a little bit against the grain. When everybody's going to be going David Johnson, Phillip Lindsay at this middle range, we need to be looking at Joe Mixon. When everybody's going to be going Justin Jackson for the Chargers running backs, we need to be looking at Austin Eckler because he's still technically the starter. I understand it says that there's a lot of coach speak. Justin Jackson's going to play him a lot more because Austin Eckler looks tired, but he said you might see Justin play a little bit more. He said you might. He's still the main pass catching back. He's still the starter and the premier matchup of the week. I think that's kind of a cool route to go. Is a lot of people are going to go studs and duds all week at running back because it's the best move. So in a tournament, why don't we go all middle running backs, right? Why don't we go Eckler, Aaron Jones, and Nick Chubb, right? Or David Johnson, it doesn't matter to me, or Phillip Lindsay. I like all 3 of those, but why not go Chubb? Because I think Lindsay will be more owned than both David Johnson and Chubb. So we're already super differentiated right here. At receiver, it's easy to go Deshaun Hamilton, but I'm just obsessed with Chris Godwin apparently this week. That's what we're going to do. Let's go with some of these mid-range receivers that have super high upside that people aren't really talking about, like Josh Gordon, DJ Moore, Calvin Ridley. I think that's a tough matchup. I think that the Packers' young cornerbacks are better than a lot of people give them credit for. Who else can really blow up? I think Funchess can have a big game, actually, because everybody's on Samuel so hard. Traquan Smith, I love that for a GPP play. I love Traquan. And probably I kind of want to go Michael Thomas. So let me go Michael Thomas and add to – we can keep this, and this is super differentiated. But, obviously it's an ugly lineup. Why not stack Drew Brees and Michael Thomas? We're super differentiated with, these middle-of-the-tier running backs, right? We don't have any of the value or the studs. We have Drew Brees and Michael Thomas in a matchup that they could kill, and Traquan. So we're really hoping on, a 4 or 5 touchdown game for Drew Brees, but that would make this lineup great. Redskins defense I'm going to stick with. Herndon at 3K opens up a lot of stuff. And, Chris Godwin, this matchup running it back against these who I said is going to, throw 3-4 touchdown passes. They're going to be throwing the ball a lot. I think that's pretty cool and differentiated. Humphreys, I do like Humphreys a lot. I don't think that he's as good of a tournament play just because I think Godwin at the exact same price and the same offense, if you check him out, right, Humphreys is also at 4,900 playing the same matchup. Godwin at 4,900, same matchup. But I think that Godwin has a better chance at these 100-yard games and touchdown. His bigger games, 24, are kind of just bigger than Humphreys because I want to see if they show yards per catch for this season. I don't think they do. They do, for the for like each game. Oh, okay. So he's averaging 11 yards per catch, guys. So Kyle, the reason that I want to go Godwin is because his 11 yards per catch, right, compared to Godwin's, I haven't even checked this. I'm going to assume it's higher, 13.8. So say they get relatively the same volume. Chris Godwin, on average, is going to probably get like 2 to 3 more yards per catch. Plus, I think that he, with 5 touchdowns, I think Humphries might be right behind him with touchdowns, though. Yeah, same thing. So they both have 5 touchdowns, but, getting the 3-point bonus for going over 100 yards, I think that if you're going upside in a tournament play, I'd rather have Godwin. Humphries is a good way to differentiate right there. I agree with that. Maybe everyone thinks that same way, so we'll just be the only ones to do it like this. What is this? What am I entering? $3 for a tournament? Did I just enter this, guys? Whatever. We're going to play this lineup, right? So if I win, what's first place in this? $1 million total. What's first? 100K? All right, guys. If I win 100K with this lineup, Cody Marchand 13, you guys got to watch me in the tournament, right? If I win 100K in this lineup and you like this video, we'll split it. I'm not joking. However many people like it, because I'll probably only get like 10 likes, which is great. Because I'll split it 10 ways, that's it. If you guys like this video in this exact lineup that I'm about to hit save and enter, wins 100K, we are splitting it. Because I think that's pretty cool that we got a live stream going on a Sunday. We got to hop in here and talk about, who we liked. And I just think that we can make some cool lineups. Let me say this. So we're entered in this lineup 100%. I can't do anything. Upcoming, you guys see it. Where to go? What was it? It was the $3 entry fee. Entry fee, $3. There's one of these. Was this one? See, so we're here, guys. We're good. I'm clicking save. That's us. No matter what, if you look into this tournament, the 1 million play action, you find my username, that is our score. So we can sweat my lineup together. It's kind of an ugly lineup, and I'm not a tournament player, but like I said, if you like this video, we're splitting it. And that would be dope. So let me do one more final look at my main lineups, right? I have a bunch of different lineups right now. Disregard these because I don't know what I like, right? It's never good when I have 7 different lineups. Let me just quickly go over some of them. Just like you can see the progression of what I was thinking early in the week as opposed to like what's happened more recently, right? So at first glance, Aaron Rodgers at 6K, steal. Justin Jackson, the way he was running the ball, I loved it. Jalen Samuels in a great matchup at great value. Keenan Allen, loved it. Mari Cooper matchup, loved it. Adam Humphries, safe. Travis Kelce, floor and ceiling. Zeke, most touches in the league, Redskins. So that's kind of where I was at. It's a solid lineup. I moved a little bit, right? I wanted to go see what would happen if I had all 3 value running backs and Ebron. And then that got me up to Drew Brees, Keenan Allen, Antonio, and Hopkins. I think this is a pretty cool route that not a lot of people are going to go. I don't know if it's the most valuable, but I think that having Drew Brees, having Keenan Allen, Antonio, and Hopkins, this is like super high upside. Like this lineup, yeah, you're probably going to score like 140, but this lineup can either score 100 or 200. You know what I mean? So it's like this is more. I kind of like this. I might just throw this into some tournaments, but I just think that these 3 are going to be super highly owned. This is probably like a triple up or quadruple up lineup. Then I stuck with Drew Brees. Oh, this is the lineup I just made with you guys, right? Yeah, Drew Brees, Eckler, because that's the only place I have Eckler, so I know that's not one that I've had a lot. This one, I was loving Saquon all week, but I think it's smart just to pay up the extra $400 to get up to CMC. He's just been so much better, and Saquon is a stud, and I love Saquon, guys. I'm not saying anything about it. I just prefer CMC that little bit more. Hopkins, Godwin, Allen. I mean, I love this receiver core, and I got Samuels, Ebron. This is actually a pretty good lineup. Yeah, this is sneaky good. I wonder what I did different when I just put in CMC. Do I have one like that? Nope. That's interesting. I might edit this one and kind of see what happens if I put CMC here, like where I'll have to go down. Because I could just go, isn't he only 400 more? So I can go from Godwin to Sutton. So it could be Josh Allen, CMC, Wilson, Allen, Sutton, Hopkins, Ebron, Samuels, Redskins. Kind of like that. I kind of like going the 2 value running backs. Like I said, I like Baker. I like Drew Brees. I like Josh Allen. Saquon across the board, Phillip Lindsay, Keenan Allen, Humphries, Ebron, Kelsey. So basically the difference between this is you either get Hamilton and Kelsey or Godwin and Ebron. And I don't even know which one I like more. I think I probably like this one more now that I think about it, because I don't know what it is with this live stream. I just have a weird feeling about Chris Godwin. He's going to either sink or, rise with our lineups this week. And over here, I went two values again, but I switched it up. Instead of Samuels, it was Jackson. And I went Michael Thomas, which I like. So this probably, let me just show you guys my favorite lineup probably is this. This is probably my favorite lineup that I have, right? If I do go up to CMC and I can go down here to Sutton, what do you guys prefer out of those two? Do you want, should I not be so high on Godwin? Sutton's in such a great spot. Is it too obvious? This is one of my favorite lineups. CMC, Sutton, Keenan Allen, Hopkins, Wilson, Josh Allen, Ebron, and Samuels. This is pretty sweet. Obviously, you guys see all these lineups. I'm going to adjust these. I wanted to just kind of keep my thought process open until I made my final switches for the week. But this is probably most likely what my final lineup's going to look like for cash. And is there anything else you guys want to see? Bad weather in Tampa. Did the rain not go out? Because they were saying that the rain might miss that. Let me check that out. Good call, guys. I appreciate that. Hoggabook. Let me see. You can go right see the so say I go to any of these, right? Can I see what the weather is just by clicking this? No, let's Google search it. Weather for the Bucket Bucks versus Saints game. This is one day ago. Guys, I need something recent. 1 hour ago. Rain drenches Raymond James Stadium ahead of Bucks game. Am I allowed to show a video inside of a video? Is YouTube going to be mad at me for this? Damn, okay. I appreciate that update, guys. So, rain won't be issued in Tampa. All right, Ken. That's what I heard earlier, right? Because I heard that by the time the game would start, that it would be already passed. And, Robert, you can watch my lineup in that tournament. All you do, when you're in the tournament, right, I don't have anything live, right? Do I? Let's just go to contests. Let's see if I have anything live. See, I don't think I do. But basically, when you're in the tournament, there's going to be a spot right here on this side where it shows the places. And you can literally click in. There's always a search. So you can click search and type my name in, Cody Martian 13. And you can click on my lineup. It'll show you exactly how I'm doing and my score right in the contest itself. Just check weather.com, rain before game. And that's the 1 o'clock game. So that's in about an hour and a half. So I think that pretty much in 15 minutes, we're going to have a final decision on that game. At least it's not a 4 o'clock game where you're building a lineup around it and the rain's going to make that much of a difference. So I don't know if I'm super concerned about the rain. The only place I had a lot of Saints was in that tournament. And, as far as Godwin, I think that does make a difference. So I think I do prefer CMC Sutton. If it's it's already super close between CMC Sutton and Saquon Godwin. And why not use something like the rain to be that deciding factor? So I think that's actually a good idea. I'm glad that you said something about that because it's been one of the biggest things that they've been talking about all day. And I didn't know how that would affect our lineups. But let's go back to lineups and see how much of that game I have total. So I have Drew Brees in a couple spots. I have Michael Thomas in a few spots. I have both Humphries and Godwin, but I'm avoiding. I don't have any Mark Ingram. I don't have any Alvin Kamara. I don't have any Mike Evans. What else do I have in that game? I don't have any. I have some Traquan in that tournament, right? Right here, I went Saints heavy. But this is the tournament, so it's if other people are thinking that same way where it's I'm going to avoid the rain, that's just one more differentiating factor that we have that they don't. We have Drew Brees, Traquan, Michael Thomas, and they're going to be scared. We ran it back with Humphries. Hey, Brady McDonald, what's going on, my man? We are breaking down our DraftKings lineups to make them final for this Sunday. Let me know if there's anything you guys want me to check in particular, people that weren't here earlier. We went through everything. We did an early-only lineup. We did a late-only lineup. We did a full slate. Kyle suggested in the chat that we do Sunday through Monday, so it added in the I didn't even play that lineup, Kyle. I should definitely do that. Let me go back. Let me play that contest. I'm gonna create one for the full slate, and nobody picked me up on this because you guys don't know my exact lineup. So this is what we did. And Kyle, let me know if I forgot any of the players I initially did. And it was cool because I got CMC and Gurley in the lineup. So I went CMC Gurley because he was only 8,800. I know I went Jared Goff because I wasn't too concerned about the Bears just because of how good they are together. I stuck with my defense that I've had all week with the Redskins. I think I went Ebron, I assume, when I went this expensive. I don't think I went all the way down to Herndon. Who was my third running back? I must use one of the values. So let's just go with Jalen Samuels because it's the cheapest. 4,800. Did I go Deshaun Hamilton? I may have. And then I might have gotten Cooper and Godwin. Damn. Okay, so I did something super close, but a little bit different. Oh, maybe I got up to Ty. Maybe I did Sutton. No, I must have done Godwin and Ty. So that was my my full week roster. It might have been a little bit different. Do you guys remember what I had? It was a little bit different than this because this is pretty close to what it was regardless. And I want to play it just because I need to play any lineup where I can put both CMC and Gurley in. I can have Ebron. I can have T.Y. Hilton, Jared Goff. I'm playing it. Easy enough. But yeah, is there anything else you guys want to see specifically before we set our final lineups? Like I said, what I'm leaning towards as one of my final lineups is if I edit this one and I change out Saquon and Godwin for CMC and Sutton. This is probably my favorite lineup that I'm going to play in cash this week. You know, I might make it a little bit different, but the reasons I like this so much is that Wilson, look at how involved he was last week. He had 15 carries, but he also had 9 targets, and he caught 8 of them for 73, right? 20 points. And this was with Breida involved in part of the game. I think it's just going to be a majority of Jeff Wilson this week. So at 3,800, I do prefer him a little bit more than Justin Jackson, who Eckler's still a starter, but I think, Justin Jackson's a much better player. Samuels, you're going with the matchup. You're going with Pittsburgh, banking on the fact that they love to have one running back only. You're banking on the fact that he came into the game for one series and he just got 3 targets and a touchdown. I think it was his first catch. You get to have CMC, probably the highest raw projected player on the slate. You have Hopkins, who is literally uncoverable. Keenan Allen, who I have as my wide receiver 1 this week, and Hopkins is my favorite player in the league. Doesn't have an injury, so yeah, I'm fine. Give me him. Have they played Indy already this year? I just saw it. Am I dumb? Look at him. Guys, we're okay playing against Indy. 10 for 169. Oh, yeah, that was the game that was primetime. Any of that cool spin move, that last play of the game. All right, I like that. Okay, so, yep, we got Hopkins there. Sutton, the injury with Emmanuel Sanders, it sucks, but it opens up a lot of value. Eric Ebron, I do prefer Travis Kelce this week, but 1,000 cheaper. I'm getting 16 targets last week. Come on, guys. 12 touchdowns. I think Kelce might be almost right on his heels now in touchdowns. I just want to check that out. 9. Okay, so still no one can mess with Eric Ebron when it comes to touchdowns. Other one was Goff, Gurley, Jalen Samuels, Hamilton, Curtis Samuel, Keenan. I like that one way better. This is what I had. All right, let's go change that real quick. Save. Let me go back to lineups. I didn't even need to jump out of that. I just need to find Jared Goff. Edit it. Kyle, so what did you tell me I had? I had Curtis Samuel and Deshaun Hamilton. So I must have put this as Curtis Samuel. And then I could get up from Ty to Keenan Allen. If I do Curtis Samuel. Wow, much better. You're right. Good looks, Kyle. Appreciate that. Looking out. Because that lineup is much better. Obviously I love Godwin this week, but Curtis Samuel, look at him last week. I think he had double-digit targets. 11 targets. Cam's arm's hurting, so he's looking for one of his playmakers like Samuel just over the line of scrimmage a lot. And I think at 4K, that's a super good bargain. I get to have Ebron, Keenan Allen, CMC, Gurley. Like, this lineup's ridiculous. It's my favorite lineup that I built, but I don't really enjoy playing the full lineups. There's just too much variance. And I don't think I played a Monday night game, so it's like I'd probably rather make this let me just save this and see if I can do a what's it called? If I can make a contest that's just the full Sunday, so I can get non-Monday, but I can also get that lineup in at night. So I want a 14-game slate, which you can't do. That's fine. That's not a big deal. Afternoon turbo, prime time, 2 games. What is this, just tonight and tomorrow night? Yeah. Anything else you guys want to see? Because I'm about to log off and finalize these lineups. I appreciate you guys taking the time to be here. Please tweet me at HeimZeek what you guys decide to do for the final lineups. I know that I'll probably be talking to Ken and Kyle. We'll probably be sweating our lineups together on Twitter. I'd love to talk to all the rest of you, Robert, Hoggabook, like anybody, Brady, anybody that joined. Like, I really appreciate you guys being there. Like I said, I only see 1 like on the video. If that lineup smashes in that tournament, we're going to all win. I'm just saying, if you didn't see it, you didn't see it, because I'm going to keep the secret for anyone that was there. But I appreciate you guys taking the time. I'm about to log off, and let me know what you guys need. I hate this. I hope you guys aren't seeing this too. This freaking, like, it just keeps going and going and going. But take care, and that is all we got this week. I appreciate it. Talk to you later, guys.